What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Cam ATL, and welcome back to another Props Made Easy player props video with your boy. Drop a like down below because I already know you're gonna love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Appreciate you guys joining me as always. I'm at propsmadeeasy.com. Only $15 a month. Best tools in the industry when it comes to showing you the best plays immediately when opening the tool, based off data, not just human gut, not just Vegas, not just last 10, but everything combined. Data overall, how a player does in that situation majority of the time. So it's something, it'll make you a better overall. If you want to be consistent, no matter what you use, you're going to lose. It's about trying to stay consistent, placing your money on these smart bets instead of just blindly following just random people or blindly following a Vegas line as if everybody betting on that line are smart. That's the main problem with betting on Vegas lines is the money line gets moved to one side very heavily, not just off of smart gamblers. It's a lot of people who just kind of follow others, who just go on and it doesn't mean they're smart bettors. They could just be stupid. Honestly, they could be stupid. It's not like the money line for Vegas is moved by just smart people. That's part of the issue with going off of Vegas line solely is that you don't just have smart people placing their money on those sides. You have dumb people who see it on one side, so they go and put money on it, and it makes it even heavier on that side. So as time goes on, more and more people just funnel money to one side because that's where Vegas line was on, and then it ends up being way heavy on one side when it was a bunch of dumb people just kind of placing bets on that side solely because Vegas says so, or solely because of the last 10 games, or solely because of the last 5 games. I am here to make sure you know that there are better ways to be consistent here. If you have done that, if you follow just last 10 or last 5, you know firsthand because you're losing. Period. Anybody who has been in the betting industry for a consistent amount of time knows there's no way you're profitable betting that way. The only way that you can be profitable in this game is by putting that work in and taking the data more than anything into consideration. Understanding that players are going to be up and down. Somebody could go 5 straight games of hitting a prop line, but be in that spot to miss the sixth time. A lot of people are going to bet that over if he's been over 5 in a row, when the under is really the data backed play. You know what I'm saying? So that's the important thing in sports betting is to take the data, play the smart bets, and then understanding whatever happens happens. Because at the end of the day, you can't go out there and play for these guys in these spots where the data is screaming play. You can't go out there and force them to do exactly what they should do, but majority of the time they will go out and do what they're supposed to do in that spot. And the last thing you want to do too, and the thing that I notice a lot in this industry, is people will come back after the fact, right? So they'll make a bet. Let's say somebody goes under on Marcus Smart assists. Let's say the tool likes under on Marcus Smart's assists. And Marcus Smart goes out and has one of the bigger assist games of the year and gets like 8+ assists, right? People will come back and say, "Oh man, I should have known to go over on Marcus Smart assists. He always gets the assist, blah blah blah." Something like that. Just the after the fact geniuses. Stick on a routine. Stay consistent. Play the smart bets and understand that no matter what happens, you played the smart bet. And that is the key to sports betting and player props especially. Let's go ahead and get straight into it, baby. All right, so as always in this video, I'm going to cover every sport type we have at Props Made Easy. So as we add more sport types here, I'll add even more to the videos. But for today, we're going to have NBA. I believe NHL is off till Thursday. So we'll have NBA, MLB, CSGO, and soccer in this video. Let's go ahead and get straight to it. So starting off at NBA. Now, one thing I will say is the tool loves Bam Adebayo and has loved Bam Adebayo for a good bit. And I will also say this. Bam Adebayo has made me a good bit of money this playoff so far. This dude is just a great player. Like, just skill level overall. Like, it doesn't even matter really. I mean, it matters about the matchup, but it doesn't at the same time, because at the end of the day, a lot of time these guys prop lines will be dropped low because of a matchup, when regardless of the matchup, that he's in a fantastic position. Bam Adebayo is going to be a big part of this series here. I really think he's going to be a big part of this series. Now, both of these teams are very good defensively. So it's going to be hard to really pull the trigger on anything because both teams, like I said, very good defensively. But I'm willing to take that Bam Adebayo fantasy score at only 35. 35 is too low for a guy like Bam Adebayo in this series. We haven't projected 40 or higher. 6.33 differential. That's highest by far on the prop tool. He is a fantastic option today. And remember, the data backs Bam Adebayo going over his fantasy score. Just because you look at it and you say, oh, Boston's good defensively, no way he hits it. That's just simple mindset. There's a lot that goes into these things. There's a lot of data that you can research and a lot of stuff that you could do to make you feel then after you do all that research, you'll be like, okay, yeah, Bam Adebayo is an over bet, not an under bet. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I understand that we have data scientists and everything at Props Made Easy that are into doing this stuff. Like we have data companies, the biggest in the industry, by the way, works with FanDuel, DraftKings, all the biggest companies when it comes to giving data and helping out with data information. We are with them. Like we're up there with those guys when it comes to we're with that data company. I have good relationships with those guys over there, and so we have the most accurate, best data that you can have for all of these sports available to us daily, as well as our own data scientists that we were using before that we still have on the team that are helping to make things as good as we could possibly make them. So remember, when it comes to player props, utilize the data. Sure, you can go off your gut if you want to. Like, if that just makes you more excited to just go off of what your gut feel is. Like, you know what I'm saying? If the tool right now is liking the over 35, if you're just like, it's a tough matchup against Boston, or, oh, he hasn't hit this in the last 10, blah, 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 and you want to go under, so be it. But consistently, 8 times out of 10, he's probably going to hit this in this exact spot. All right, so over on Bam Adebayo 35. Next play that I'm going to go with, it's a tough one. I don't know if I want to over and under. Speaking of tough matchups and the data also agreeing on the under, Robert Williams the third for Boston here. PRA is at 16.5. Vegas likes the under slightly. It's not leaning too heavily either way, but he's gone under in 7 of the last 10. His closing line's been less than the 6 of the last 9, and his projection's only at 14.3. That's a minus 2.18 for the PRA of Robert Williams. Now, Robert Williams is going to be a guy that they're going to need to, match up here against Bam Adebayo. That's size-wise. But the problem is like we talk about with the matchups at times, Bam Adebayo is a very solid defender, and Robert Williams already is not going to put up anything in the assist category really. So really, you need 17 out of his points and assists. Could he do it? I mean, out of his points and rebounds. Could he do it? Absolutely. But most of the time, on a normal, consistent basis, he's going to go under in this exact spot here in this matchup. He's gone under in 7 of the last 10. I know that makes the people who care about last 10 super duper happy there. 14.32 projection. That's a minus 2.18 differential between where we have him projected in this matchup for PRA today and where his prop line is. So I'm going under on Robert Williams, the third PRA, and then I'm going over on Bam Adebayo's fantasy score of 35. All right, let's go ahead and head to the next. NHL, we have some lines that have come in now for Thursday. I guess we can go ahead and do them, or we can just wait till Thursday. Let's just go ahead and just do them. Why not? Let's wait till Thursday. There's no point. All right, MLB. Okay, so for baseball today, right now we only have hitter fantasy score. We've got a couple pitcher strikeouts that are interesting that we'll talk about, and then we will go from there. So when it comes to hitter fantasy score, Salvador Perez is at the top of the list. Against San Diego. Let me pull out my phone real quick, pull up this matchup so I can know exactly who they're facing here, so I can remind myself who these guys are going against as we're talking about them. So, pulling that up real quick. Okay. So Salvador Perez will be going against Yu Darvish. That's part of the reason why his prop line is so low at 6. Salvador's been seeing the ball very, very well. He's been having a fantastic season this year. You Darvish can give it up at times, and that prop line's really low. So that's why the prop tool. Sometimes you'll see the prop tool really heavy on these guys, especially the 6.5s, the 7 point, like this range, 5.5 guys, stuff like that. Even if they're in a tough matchup, like Adolis Garcia's going against Strider tonight, who's been fantastic. Perez and Witt are going against Darvish, who's Darvish is solid, obviously, but their prop lines are just so low. And these guys can get it in multiple ways. Like Witt Jr. could get a steal easily here against Darvish. Adolis Garcia at only 5.5. I mean, you really don't need a ton here for him to hit. So that's why those guys. But as I say, fantasy score is always going to be the highest differential because it's fantasy score. It's a different. When you come to actual data, actual stats here for these spots, of course the differential is going to be a little bit smaller. So that's why I always tell you, take your favorite hitter fantasy scores that you're feeling. Normally, what I will do is I'll see the hitter fantasy score. This doesn't mean because the differential is so high on all these guys, I'll lock in six of them and just play a six pick from hitter fantasy score and hope for the best. I'll pick my favorite out of here. You know what I mean? I'll go and I'll take my favorite options out of the hitter fantasy score list that's in the green and go with those. Um, let's go ahead and go to pitcher strikeouts. I don't know about any hitters that I'm interested in right now, honestly. I'll think about it as we go. When it comes to pitcher strikeouts, I'm going to start it off with Matthew Liberatore, whatever. Matthew for St. Louis going against Milwaukee today. His prop line's at 4.5. Vegas likes the over at minus 130, and we have him projected at 5.28. A 0.78 differential for Matthew here against Milwaukee. As we know, Milwaukee can strike out a good bit at times. They're a free swinging team, but they also can get to people at times. But majority of the time, a guy like Matthew here in this spot will be able to hit 5 strikeouts at least. All right, so it's a solid spot for him here. Matthew is also at home in St. Louis as well in this matchup, so I like Matthew over 4.5 on the pitcher strikeouts. Let's see, anything else that we have? We might have to just do a hitter fantasy score. We have some total bases that are interesting here as well. We have Wisdom. Okay. Wisdom is 0.5. Matt Marvis. Marvis is at a minus 135. We also have him at a 1.17. Where did Marvis hit last game? He's batting at a decent part of the order, isn't he? Let me see. Let me just verify. I think he bat at a good part of the order last time. All right, so with Marvis, where are you, dude? Oh, there you are. Okay. Mervis. My bad. I'm saying his name wrong. Mervis. All right, so Mervis is in a solid spot here. Prop line at only 0.5. He's been putting on the bat on the ball pretty well. Vegas likes the over at minus 135. Man, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go Alex Bregman here because Alex Bregman is so damn solid versus lefties. He's going against Smiley today. He's got that righty-lefty matchup, and his prop line's only at 6.5. Obviously, as you can see, the prop tool likes that spot for him at 8.36 projection, a 1.86 differential between where we have him projected and where the prop line is for Alex Bregman. Bregman, like I said, multiple reasons why I like Bregman today. His fantasy score feels too low at 6.5 when he's facing a lefty, and he's at home in Houston today. So everything just kind of clicks for me on Bregman. So I'm going to rock with Alex Bregman over hitter fantasy score of 6.5, and then pitcher strikeouts over on Matthew at 4.5 against Milwaukee today at home in St. Louis. And then first inning runs tool. Let's see. We've got the Washington Nationals and the Marlins as the top under call here. Vegas likes the under at minus 150. I don't know if they even have this on Prizepicks because of how favored that is. If they don't have it on Prizepicks, as you guys know, the first inning runs tool, this isn't built just to follow what Prizepicks has. This is built, period, to look at every game and let you know the best over or under in every game of the day. So if you don't see a game match up on Prizepicks, it's because sometimes these 100%ers won't even be on Prizepicks because they know it's too easy of a call to go under. Stuff like that. So you just play with it, play the best options that you have available to you, and match them up with what's over on Prizepicks. But yeah, the Nationals and Marlins is the best under call. And then when it comes to over, the Phillies and the Giants are really popping at the over. Taijuan Walker and Ross Stripling have both struggled a bit in the first inning with their ERA. The over-under of this game is 9.5, so it's one of the higher over-unders. They have a combined 6.45 ERA in the first inning, both giving up a 1.48 WHIP. Both offenses have a combined 0.766 OPS, meaning they hit the ball hard. There's a very good chance that they are going over here for the Phillies and the Giants today. So over on the Phillies Giants, and I like the under on the Nationals Marlins as the two favorite first inning runs bets. CSGO, let's get it. Now I checked this early because we've swept CSGO 2 days in a row. We are on our third day straight of sweeping CSGO, so I'm very excited to get to this. We have a really good one here at the top, Peeping for Fluffy Aimers going against Nouns. Maps 1 and 2 kills. His prop line's at 32. We have him projected at 36.29. That's a 4.29 differential between where we have him projected for his kills and where his prop line is set on Prizepicks. So Peeping's over for Fluffy Aimers is a fantastic option there. Not a ton of unders. As you can see, the differentials are very low there. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the next game guy. I'm going to go Dare for Timberman going against EG Black. I'm going over on maps 1 and 2 kills. His prop line set at 37.5. I have him going for over 40 and having a big game here for Dare. 3.73 differential between where we have him projected over 41 and then where his prop line is at only 37 for Timberman's Dare. All right, so Peeping over 32, Dare over 37.5, going for 3 days straight of sweeping CSGO. Never thought in a million years I'd be saying that, but with the data, anything is possible. All right, let's go to soccer. All right, let's take a look at soccer now. So sometimes when I do this, when I do the soccer vids, I won't be 100% on what day they are. As you know, we did Benzema in yesterday's video. That's because I didn't realize that they weren't playing till today. So he's playing today. All right, so we still like the over on Benzema's shots. Sometimes I might not be aware of it because this is going to bring in whatever Prizepicks has available to us. So if Prizepicks has it, we just go ahead and do it. But yeah, we're going Karim Benzema. If you don't remember the plays for this one, we're going Benzema over 3 shots. And then we're going Carranza for Philadelphia under 3 shots. So we're going to go over Karim Benzema for Real Madrid against Manchester City. We're going to go over the 3. We have him projected at 3.71. That's a 0.71 differential between where we have Benzema going shooting at almost 4 and his prop line at 3. We feel pretty good about him at least hitting that 3 range. And then when it comes to the under here, I really like taking advantage of the under on Juliana Carranza for Philly against DC. His shots prop line is set at 3. I feel good about him hitting 3 or going under here. We have him at 2.37 projection. That's a 0.63 differential between where we have him projected and where his prop line is set. So Julian Carranza under 3, and then Karim Benzema over 3. Let's get this money. Obviously, there's other plays here. There's other solid differentials that we have available to us here. So definitely take advantage, man. As you guys know, Props Made Easy. We have so many different prop types on here, and it's crazy because we to go 2 days straight sweeping CSGO. And we also hit the soccer in the last video, the last time as well that they played. So it's been going really, really well, man. Super happy that we're able to add these sport types that I know nothing about, that we're still able to be consistently successful with. And by just opening a tool and immediately seeing the value. I mean, look, I don't have to do all of the research that it takes because it's already into these. You know what I mean? So, and that's about it, man. So let's go over the top plays one more time. We're rocking the over on Bam Adebayo 35 against Boston today for fantasy score. And then for the under, we're taking Robert Williams III's under on his PRA. So over on Bam Adebayo fantasy score, under on Robert Williams PRA. And then NHL, we're going to go ahead and do tomorrow. The games are Thursday. MLB, we're going over on Alex Bregman 6.5 against the lefty Drew Smyly today. And then pitcher strikeouts, we're going over on Matthew. Pitcher strikeouts over 4.5. He's going to hit that 5 or more at least. And then CSGO, we've got the over on Peeping on his map 1 and 2 kills. And then we've got the over on Dare for Timberman, map 1 and 2 kills. All right, so over on Peeping and Dare as the 2 options there. And then for soccer, my favorite are Karim Benzema following the data, and then Julian Carranza going under following the data. All right. Thank you guys for joining me as always, man. We got an early and a man slate for baseball. If you guys don't know, we were streaking. We just had our first loss in about 6 days in MLB DFS on DraftKings and FanDuels with the optimals over at greenlightdfs.com. Today we're playing early and main slate. So if you join over at greenlightdfs.com, if you're interested in DFS content, optimal lineups for DraftKings and FanDuel, you can go to DFS content here at Props Made Easy. It'll bring you over to my other company, Greenlight DFS, where optimals are provided and optimizer is available and all that good stuff over there for DFS stuff. And man, we've been absolutely destroying baseball, man. And today we've got early and main baseball, and then we've got the showdown for Miami Boston. All right, let's get this money, y'all. Thank you guys for joining me as always, man. Good luck, and I'm out. Peace.